Welcome back into Pioneer Park on the campus of Tusculum University in Greenville, Tennessee for baseball action this afternoon as the Tusculum Pioneers host the Embry-Riddle Eagles. I'm Jim Miller. I'll be with you for today's game. Our producer is Nick Forsberg. Embry-Riddle winning game one of this series in a game that was halted yesterday by rain and completed earlier today. Embry-Riddle beat Tusculum by a score of 12-1 as Eagles pounded out 21 hits in the victory. 3 hits apiece for Robert Post and Eric Feliz in the win for the Eagles, who are now 16-6 on the season. Tusculum at 14-10 entering this ball game. The Pioneers will send right-hander Justin Parker to the mound to make his first appearance of the season. He will be opposed by Embry-Riddle starter Peyton Rice. Parker, 6'4", 195-pound junior out of Huntsville, Alabama, by way of Motlow State, making his Tusculum debut today. 2-year member of the program at Motlow State. So he gets his first crack here for the Pioneers. The lineup for Embry-Riddle in this game: Kyle Goodveg, the center fielder, leads off. Mike Lawson at second base bats second. Luis Olivier, the shortstop, the catcher, hits third. Andrew Martinez, the left fielder, batting fourth. Josh Reynolds at first base hits fifth. John Devine at third base hits sixth. Robert Post, the DH, bats seventh. Eric Feliz in right field bats eighth. And Cody Forster, the shortstop, hits ninth. That's the lineup for the Embry-Riddle Eagles, as they are coached by Randy Stiegel. His assistant coaches are Chuck Stiegel, Victor Diaz, and Anderson Velasquez. Embry-Riddle at 16-6 on the season. Tusculum at 14-10. Their lineup will be Dalton Martin leading off at second base. Bryson Ford, the shortstop, hitting second. Brandon Trammell, the right fielder, hits third. Fuzzy Furr in left field bats fourth. Louis Ezra, the first base, hits fifth. Jaden Stiegel, the third baseman, hits sixth. Trey Hinton, the DH, bats seventh. Jordan Beaver catches and bats eighth. And Jake Wapinski in center field hitting ninth for the Pioneers, who are coached by Brandon Steele in his second season, a longtime assistant coach under former head coach Doug Jones. Todd Ireland, the associate head coach and pitching coach. Todd Miller, the assistant coach. Reed Gray, grad assistant. The assistant athletic trainer, Kirby McLean. And the director of baseball data and analytics is Will Leonard. So we are set to go here. This game was originally scheduled to start at 1 o'clock, but the game time was pushed back due to the completion of the first game of this series. So we'll start about an hour and 15 minutes behind that. We're glad you could join us along to the Pioneer Sports Network this afternoon, as we are all set for baseball action. Justin Parker with his first pitch as Pioneers, taken for a called strike at 217 by Kyle Goodveg, the center fielder. Goodveg hitting 205 on the year, 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. Stretch in the 0-1 pitch. Beaten into the hole. It's a base hit for Goodveg to start the ball game. So Parker looks like he's going to be an extreme ground ball pitcher based on his delivery, and that one was beaten to the ground, but into the left field for a base hit. Second baseman Mike Lawson will bat. Lawson was 2 for 5 in the opening game of this series with an RBI. He's hitting .459, no home runs, and 26 runs batted in. For Lawson, the senior out of Spring, Texas. 5'10", 180 pounds. Over to first base and back in on the dive is Goodveg. He has stolen 8 bases in 9 attempts. Stretch by Parker. And the first pitch to Lawson. Inside corner, strike one. Dave Raby calling balls and strikes. Mike Carter umpiring at first on the base paths. Over to first base, back in again on the dive is Goodveg. The stretch by Parker. And the 0-1 pitch, runner goes, swing and a miss. Beavers throw to second base, skips past Ford, but is backed up by Martin. Stolen base for Goodveg. his 9th stolen base of the season. He is in scoring position and a no-ball, 2-strike count on the batter, Michael Lawson. Nothing in 2 the count to Lawson. This one is hit towards second. It'll move the runner. Martin throw to first in time for the out. Taking third base is Goodveg as Lawson is out on the ground out. One down here in the first. And the catcher, Luis Olivier, will be.
The catcher, Luis Olivier.
Olivier hitting .235, 2 home runs, 17 runs batted. And he hit a home run last night in the first game of the series. Parker's pitch popped up into right field. Trammell tracks it towards right center field, closer to the warning track. Is scampering home with the first run of the game is Goodveg as Olivier is out on a sac fly for the second out of the inning, but it is 1-0 Embry-Riddle.
The left fielder, Andrew Martinez.
So 2 outs and nobody on base for the left fielder, Andrew Martinez. Martinez hitting .429, a home run, 20 runs batted in. First pitch is cut on a miss, strike 1. One strike the count to Martinez. This one is stroked towards right center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Lipinski over to get it, but Martinez digs towards second, and he's going to be in on a slide with a double. His 7th two-base hit of the season for Martinez.
The first baseman, Josh Reynolds.
He's at second base with 2 outs. For the first baseman, Josh Reynolds. Reynolds hitting .370 with 2 home runs and 10 RBIs. As Martinez just drove this one into the gap, thinking double out of the box, and he strides into second base with the double. Parker's pitch is in there for a strike. One strike the count to Josh Reynolds. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Reynolds. The 0-2 pitch inside and low, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Josh Reynolds. Stretch by Parker. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got it. So Parker gives up a run, but no further damage in the first inning. 2 hits in the inning, and Embry-Riddle has a 1-0 lead after a half inning. The Pioneers coming to bat on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsoncitytoyota.com.
We head to the bottom of the first inning with Tusculum coming to bat against Embry-Riddle starter Peyton Rice. Rice making his 7th start of the season. He's 2-2 with a 2.81 earned run average. Rice has pitched 32 innings, allowed 36 hits, 10 earned runs. He's walked 7, struck out 41, and opponents hitting .277 against Peyton Rice. Rice is senior, 6'3", 200 pounds, out of Topsail Island, North Carolina. So Rice will get the start here for Embry-Riddle this afternoon. And he'll work on the Tusculum lineup in the bottom half of the first inning. Dalton Martin will be the leadoff hitter for the Pioneers. He'll be followed by Bryson Ford and Brandon Trammell. Tusculum, with that loss in Game 1, saw that 4-game winning streak come to an end. Embry-Riddle, meanwhile, has won 4 in a row. They've scored double digits in each of those 4 victories. They beat Seton Hill, West Virginia Wesleyan, and Felician. After this game, they'll be back home, they'll be back in Florida. They'll travel down to Palm Beach, take on Palm Beach Atlantic in a 3-game series starting Friday, with a single game and a doubleheader on Saturday. And after some time off, they'll return to action with Eckerd, and then series with Florida Southern, Tampa, Florida Tech, Lynn, Barry, and Rollins for their Sunshine State Conference schedule. So Dalton Martin ready to go here in the bottom half of the first inning. Martin hitting .325, a home run, 16 runs batted in. Scored the only run of the game for the Pioneers in Game 1. That victory giving him a share of the career runs record at Tusculum with 180. He shares that now with Josh Wolf. The windup and the first pitch to Dalton Martin is hit towards first. It's a foul ball, 1 strike. One strike the count to Dalton Martin. The 0-1 pitch is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Rice's last start was against Felician. That game was on March the 6th, which was Friday. Went 7 innings, allowed 8 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned. He struck out 12 and did not walk a batter. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Rice leads the team in strikeouts with 41, picks up his 42nd strikeout of the season. 1 down here in the first inning.
The
Shortstop Bryson Ford will bat. Ford hitting .304, 2 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Rice, in his first start of the season, struck out 9 in 6 innings against Valdosta State. This one is skied in the air towards center field. Gutveg is in, and he makes the catch for the out. So quickly 2 up and 2 down here in the bottom half of the first inning.
right fielder, number 23.
Right fielder Brandon Trammell bats. Trammell hitting .321, a home run, 24 RBIs. He knocked in the only run of the game for Tusculum with a double in the 8th inning in Game 1. Trammell, the left-handed batter, steps in. The first pitch from Rice is taken high for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to count to Trammell. The pitch, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Brandon Trammell. Sunny earlier, clouds have moved in, but again, no threat of rain. 2 balls and a strike to count to Trammell. 66 degrees, the temperature at first pitch. This one is lined towards right center field. Hit pretty well. Back towards the track, towards the wall. It is gone. A line drive home run to right center field by Brandon Trammell. His second home run of the season ties the game at 1 here in the bottom half of the first inning. Brandon Trammell showing some power on that swing as he just lined that pitch to deep right center field. Looked like a gapper off the bat, but that ball just elevated right towards the Pioneer sign in deep right center field. And it cleared the fence for a solo home run to tie this game at 1. Fuzzy Furr will be the batter for the Pioneers. Furr takes a strike. Furr hitting .304, a home run, 19 runs batted in. This one is hit towards short. Forster has it. His throw across is in time for the out. Last note I wanted to add about that home run is that's the first home run allowed by Peyton Rice this season. And that was the only hit of the inning for the Pioneers, who have tied at 1-1 after 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Back here at Pioneer Park, where it's tied at 1 after 1 inning of play. Embry-Riddle scoring on a sacrifice fly by Luis Oliver in the top of the first inning. And Tusculum getting it back in the bottom of the first inning on a solo home run by Brandon Trammell, his second home run of the season. Right-hander Justin Parker, who gave up a run in the top of the first inning, goes back to work here in the top of the second inning. Third baseman John Devine will lead off the inning. Devine hitting .339, no home runs, 11 runs batted in. He was 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs in Game 1. Parker's first pitch is taken for a strike. 1 strike the count to John Devine, who'll be followed by Robert Post and Eric Feliz here in the top half of the second inning. Parker's pitch hit towards third, past the diving Stiegel, and it down the left field line. Retrieving the ball will be Stiegel, but not before Devine has a double. His sixth two-base hit of the season, and he's a leadoff base runner here in the top of the second inning.
The DH, number 42.
He hit it right on the nose, and Stiegel dove for it, and then the ball trickled away from him towards foul territory, and that allowed Devine to take second base easily with a double. Robert Post, the designated hitter, bats. Post hitting .247, no home runs, 15 RBIs. Post was 3 for 5 in Game 1. He fouls that one away, 1 strike to count to Robert Post. One strike to Post. Stretch by Parker, the 0-1 pitch. Inside corner, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Robert Post. The stretch by Parker, the 0-2 pitch. Loop towards left center field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Coming around to score is Devine, and it's 2-1 Embry-Riddle on a single by Robert Post. His 16th RBI of the season. Feel bad for Parker. He's making some good pitches, and he's just a couple bloops.
The right fielder, Eric.
This one just dinked in the left center field. Nothing he could do as Parker just bends over in frustration, as that's the 4th hit for Embry-Riddle. And Post is on at first base with nobody out for the right fielder, Eric Feliz. Feliz hitting .275, no home runs, 8 runs batted in. Pitch is low and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Pitcher like Parker is going to give up a lot more goofy hits than a conventional delivery pitcher will, because he comes at it from such an angle. Ideally he keeps that ball low in the zone, so you get guys that hit choppers and hit little bloopers all over the place. The ball that Devine hit in this inning down third baseline was scorched pretty good, but again, just off of a diving player, and it becomes a double. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Feliz. Throw over to first base and back safely is Post. He has 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts this season as Dawson Goss makes his way to the Tusculum bullpen. Time is called. Two balls and no strikes to count to Feliz. Throw over to first, and Post is back on the dive. Pitch is hit towards short. Ford to Martin, on to first. Double play. I'll give Parker a boost. A 6-4-3 double play, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the second inning. Feliz reached out and just turned over on it, and Ford stayed down on the ball and has flipped to Martin right on target and on to first in time for the double play. So 2 outs and nobody on base for the shortstop, Cody Forster. Forster hitting .351 with no home runs, 13 runs batted in. Forster in game 1 was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Shows bunt, takes a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Cody Forster. 2-1 Embry-Riddle here in the top of the second inning. This one's beaten foul at the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Forster, the number 9 hitter in the lineup for the Embry-Riddle Eagles. Bunts again. This one is going to kick foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That ball landed in fair territory and then had spin on it that just sent it on a left turn right into foul territory. As Beaver jumps out from behind the plate to make that play. 1 and 2 the count to Cody Forster. The stretch by Parker and the 1-2 pitch. Popped up into shallow right field. Trammell charging in. He calls off Martin and makes the catch, and the inning is over. 1 run in the inning for Embry-Riddle and 2 hits and nobody left. We're through an inning and a half, and it's Embry-Riddle 2, Tusculum 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We're off to the bottom of the second inning with Tusculum trailing Embry-Riddle 2-1. It'll be Lewis Ezra, Jaden Stiegel, and Trey Hinton due up for the Pioneers here in the bottom of the second inning against right-hander Peyton Rice, who gave up a 2-out solo home run to Brandon Trammell in the bottom of the first inning. Two runs, 4 hits, no errors for Embry-Riddle. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors for Tusculum. And throw down to second base. We'll be ready to go here for the bottom half of the second inning. Lewis Ezra, the batter. Ezra hitting .293, 3 home runs, 21 runs batted in. Ezra third in the team in RBIs with those 21. Ezra, the junior, 6'3", 215 pounds out of Miami Lakes, Florida, by way of Seminole State. First pitch to him is line foul into the netting above the Embry-Riddle dugout. There's 1 strike. Bullpen activity for both teams right now is, I expected that for Rice this would just be maybe a 2-inning stint tops. He's one of their conference starters. Midweek game would give him a chance to come back. He throws probably most likely his throw day, so get a couple innings in and have him ready to go on Saturday. The 1-1 pitch to Ezra is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count to Ezra. Pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Lewis Ezra. This one is chopped foul, still 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to Ezra. Rice's pitch. Outside, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. This one is hit to short. Fielded by Forster. His throw across is in time for the out. 1 down here in the second. Third baseman Jaden Stiegel. Stiegel hitting .315, 4 home runs, 24 runs batted in. He is quietly taking over the team lead in home runs with his 4. And batting here with 1 out, nobody on in the second. First pitch to him is taken for a strike. Stiegel, the sophomore, 5'9", 180 pounds out of Hiram, Georgia. Stiegel homered twice in the series down in Coker. 3 of his 4 home runs have come in conference games. He had 6 RBIs in that 3-game series, and that's including going 0 for 4 in Game 1. He was 0 for 3 the first game of this series against Embry-Riddle. The 0-2 pitch to him. Lofted in the air to left field. Tracking it's the left fielder Martinez, and he will make the catch for the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 down in the second, and the designated hitter Trey Hinton will come to the plate. Hinton hitting .361, no home runs, 18 runs batted in. Hinton, suddenly renowned speedster with 10 stolen bases in 11 attempts. Had 5 stolen bases in 1 game against Gannon last month. And the first pitch to him is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. One thing Hinton continues to do well is draw walks. He's walked 18 times this season after walking 49 times a year ago. It's in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Trey Hinton. who's fast approaching 100 career walks. He's played 91 career games, and he's walked 91 times. 1-1 pitch to him is taken outside for a ball. 2-1 count to Trey Hinton. Hinton still looking for his first career home run. 63 of his 73 career hits have gone for singles. But when you're walking once a game, walks as good as a hit, as they always say. 2-1 pitch is taken for a strike. 2-2 to Trey Hinton. Hinton, 5'10", 180-pound junior out of Knoxville. Wind up and the 2-2 pitch to Hinton. Outside, 3-2. So true to form, Hinton works this one full. Three and 2 the count to Trey Hinton with 2 outs and nobody on here in the second. Rice with the windup, 3-2 pitch. Beaten towards third. Backing up on it is the third baseman Devine. His throw across just in time to get Hinton at first base, and the side is retired. A 1-2-3 inning for Peyton Rice in the second. He's retired 6 out of 7, and Embry-Riddle has the lead 2-1 after 2 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? No.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
You're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsоncitytoyota.com.
We head to the top of the third inning with Tusculum trailing Embry-Riddle by a score of 2-1. Jim Miller with you this afternoon from Pioneer Park. Glad you could join us on the Pioneer Sports Network for this Wednesday afternoon matinee. Game's time was pushed back about an hour and 15 minutes so we could finish the game from last night that was suspended in the 7th inning due to rain. Embry-Riddle was leading 6-0 when the game was halted at the 7th inning stretch. They wound up winning 12-1. This game started about an hour and 15 minutes later than the 1 o'clock scheduled start. But we're here in the third inning, and the Eagles have the lead 2-1. They'll be back at the top of the order with the center fielder Kyle Goodveg leading off for the Eagles. Goodveg singled, stole a base, and scored in the first inning. Facing right-hander Justin Parker, who's making his first appearance for the Pioneers. This one's beaten to third. Stiegel's got it on the big hop. It's thrown across in time. 1 pitch, 1 out here in third. Parker gave up a run in the first on a sacrifice fly by Olivier. And then in the second inning on an RBI single by Post. Allowed 4 hits, struck out 1, has not walked a batter. Mike Lawson, the second baseman, bats. Lawson grounded to second his first time up. Parker's pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count to Mike Lawson. Pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. 1-1 the count to Lawson. Lawson with a .543 on-base percentage. And the strength of a batting average that currently stands at .453. The 1-1 pitch to him is hit towards first. Ezra stays down, waves off Parker, takes it himself for the out. 2 up and 2 down here in this third. Well, Lawson's 0 for 2. The catcher, Luis Olivier, will bat. Olivier has hit a sacrifice fly in his only plate appearance, his 18th RBI of the season. Embry-Riddle is a team coming into the series had walked 88 times in 21 games. Tusculum batters in 23 games have walked 149 times. This one's driven foul down the left field side, 1 strike. Embry-Riddle batters walked 4 times in game 1. Tusculum drawing just 2 walks in the opener. Well behind their pace of over 6 a game. One strike to count to Olivier. This one's chopped foul at the plate, nothing in 2. Tusculum with all the walks that they draw, but there is no time of possession clock in baseball, so getting guys on base helps, but driving them in helps even more, and Tusculum's done that too. They average about 8 runs a game. As down on strikes is Olivier. A 1-2-3 inning for Justin Parker here in the 3rd inning, including his 2nd strikeout of the game. Nice pitch there by Parker on the outside part of the plate. He pumps his fist in excitement as he's given the Pioneers 3 decent innings here in his first start of the season. No runs, no hits, nobody left. Middle of the 3rd, it's Embry-Riddle 2. Tusculum 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County and you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
Bottom of the 3rd inning here at Pioneer Park with Tusculum trailing Embry-Riddle by a score of 2-1. Both teams scored a run in the 1st inning. Embry-Riddle got 1 in the top of the 2nd inning. And it will be a new pitcher for the Eagles as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, as Rice is done after throwing 2 innings. And it'll be another one of their weekend starters. This will be a left-hander, Kelsey Ward. Ward, a freshman, 6'1", 195 pounds out of Vero Beach, Florida. Making his 8th appearance of the season, he's made 6 starts. 4-2 record, a 3.38 earned run average. 29 in the 3rd innings, 21 hits, 13 runs. He's walked 14, struck out 31. Opponents hitting 198 against Kelsey Ward.
Leading off for Tusculum, the catcher, number 46.
Weekend starters for Embry-Riddle. His last appearance against Felician. Went 3 in the 3rd innings, allowed a hit, no runs, struck out 4. He also had a 7-inning shutout against Savannah State, in which he threw a 3-hitter, struck out 10. This one is fouled away by Jordan Beaver, the Pioneer catcher. Beaver hitting .294, a home run, 11 RBIs. One of his starts came against the Pioneers back in February 3rd. Went 2 innings, allowed 2 hits and a run, walked 3 and struck out 3. His start against Felician was his first of the year where he did not walk a batter. He's ahead of Beaver, no balls and 2 strikes. Beaver went 0 for 3 in game 1. The 0-2 pitch to him. Checks his swing, but he can't hold on, and it is strike 3. First strikeout for Ward. 1 down here in the 3rd. This is high fastball. Beaver tried to hold up, but he could not. He's down on strikes. First pitch is taken for a ball. by Jake Wapinski, the Pioneer center fielder. Wapinski hitting .289, no home runs, 5 runs batted in. So it's pop foul. Giving chase is Devine at third baseman, and right in front of the dugout, he makes the catch for the out. 2 up and 2 down here in the third, and the second baseman, Dalton Martin, will come to the plate. Martin struck out swinging his first time up.
Number 5, Dalton Martin.
So Martin comes to the plate with 2 outs. And nobody on base. 6 in a row have been set down by the combined efforts of Rice and Ward. That pitch to Martin is taken for a called strike. That one's away. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Dalton Martin. 1-1 pitch. Low in the dirt, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls and a strike to count to Dalton Martin. This one is hit foul, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Martin. Ward with the wind up the 2-2 pitch. Hit foul towards the Embry-Riddle bullpen. And the count holds it 2-2. Last year, Embry-Riddle won 29-22, 18-12 in the Sunshine State Conference. Little roller down the third baseline. Devine's going to have to hurry. He gloves, he throws, he won't get Martin. Martin safe at first base with a single. Second hit of the game for the Pioneers.
The shortstop, number 10.
Just got enough of it to hit it down the third baseline. Even with Ward coming off the mound that way, Devine was not going to have any chance to get Martin at first base. So Martin's safe. He has stolen 15 bases this year without being caught. But he is facing a lefty. First pitch to Bryson Ford is taken low and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Bryson Ford. This one is hit towards right center field, towards the gap, and it drops in and 1 hops off the fence. Around third comes Martin. He's going to be sent home, and he will score, standing. An RBI double by Bryson Ford. With that run scored, Dalton Martin has set the new Tusculum career record for runs scored with 181. Congratulations to Dalton Martin as he scores his 181st career run on this double to left center field by Bryson Ford as it split the gap, 1 hop the fence, and Martin easily scoring from first base with 2 outs as the Pioneers have tied it at 2 here in the 3rd inning. So back-to-back 2-out hits. And now Brandon Trammell will bat. Trammell hit a solo home run to right center field his first time up. Ward's pitch is there for a strike. 1 strike to count to Brandon Trammell. Trammell, his home run gives him now 25 RBIs this season. The stretch and the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count to Brandon Trammell with Ford the runner at second base. And 2 outs here in the 3rd. Ward will step off and ask his catcher, Olivier, to go through the signs again. The 0-2 pitch. Hit towards third. Devine knocks it down, but he's not going to have a play. It'll be an infield single for Trammell. 3 straight hits now for the Pioneers. Devine does save a run, as that ball was just sliced down the third baseline.
Fuzzy Bird.
Almost like a fungo down the third baseline. And Devine got to the bag but could not make the plays. Just serves it down there towards third. Devine goes to his knees to make the play, but ball rolls away, but would not have mattered as Trammell has very good speed, and he's safe at first base with the hit. 4 hits apiece now. And the Pioneers have runners at the corners with 2 outs for Fuzzy Fur, the left fielder. Fur grounded to short his first time up, and he fouls this one to the backstop. 1 strike the count to Fuzzy Fur. Fur with 19 RBIs this year. Trammell, the runner at first base, has stolen 3 bases in 4 attempts. The stretch by Ward in the 0-1 pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Fuzzy Fur. The 0-2 pitch. Hit up the middle into center field, a base hit. Ford scores. Trammell holds on at second. It's an RBI single for Fuzzy Fur, his 20th RBI of the year. And 4 straight hits. The Pioneers have taken the lead 3-2 here in the third inning.
First baseman, Lewis Ezra.
Fur did a nice job of hitting here as he just took this one right back where it was thrown and passed the second baseman Lawson into center field for a base hit. Luis Ezra will bat. Ezra grounded to short his first time up. That pitch is in there for a strike. 1 ball, or no balls and 1 or is it taken for a ball? 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count to Ezra. 3-2 Tusculum here in the last half of the third. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Ezra. Ezra, 21 RBIs. Batting only .250 with runners on base. Pitch is low in the dirt. Nice grab by Olivier. 2 balls and 1 strike the count to Luis Ezra. Ward with the stretch. And the 2-1 pitch. Popped up. Third base side. Might be playable towards the dugout. Devine comes back and makes the catch. And the side is retired. So Devine busy down there at third base this inning. Winds up with a pair of foul pop-up putouts in the inning. But a couple of ground balls his way. It went for infield hits. And the Pioneers get 2 in the inning on 4 hits. And they leave 2. At the end of 3, it's Tusculum 3, Embry-Riddle 2. On the Pioneer Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
We go to the top of the 4th inning, and the Pioneers have the lead for the first time this afternoon, 3-2. It'll be Martinez, Reynolds, and Devine due up here in the fourth inning against right-hander Justin Parker, who has struck out 2 and allowed 4 hits and 2 runs in 3 innings. Andrew Martinez doubled his first time up. His schedule note, Tusculum was scheduled to have a softball doubleheader tomorrow against Erskine. It has been canceled, and they will play Saturday instead. It's a nice play to the right side by Martin, but he can't quite come up with it. He thought he probably should have made the play, but it should go as a base hit. For the batter Martinez. As Martinez hit it up the middle. Martin to his right lunged for it, but couldn't quite make the play. It'll be an infield single for Martinez, his second hit of the game. Josh Reynolds, the first baseman, steps up. Reynolds struck out his first time up. Over to first, back safely is Martinez, who has stolen 11 bases in 13 attempts. He leads the team in stolen bases with 11. Again, Tusculum softball was supposed to play at home tomorrow against Erskine. We were going to have that game for you on the Pioneer Sports Network, but it has been canceled. They'll play Saturday instead against Queens. This pitch is taken for a strike. The throw to second is flagged down by Martin. Nice play to save it from going into center field. It rolled behind him, but Martin able to get a glove on it, at least to keep it from going into center field. As that throw actually may have hit the runner. Either way, that ball was going into center field, and it got stopped at the bag. So it's a stolen base for Martinez, his 12th of the season. He's in scoring position with a count of no balls and 1 strike to Reynolds. Parker's pitch is there for a strike, no balls and 2 strikes. So the next softball games will be Saturday against Queens here at Red Edmonds Field at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Tusculum baseball will be home with Wingate for a 3-game series. Single game Friday night at 6, doubleheaders Saturday at 1. To also be on the Pioneer Sports Network. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Reynolds goes down swinging for the second time. Third strikeout for Parker, 1 down here in the 4th. John Devine, the third baseman, bats. Devine doubled and scored in the second inning. The stretch by Parker and the first pitch. Beaten to second. Martin will throw on to first for the out. Martinez will move up to third. There's 2 outs here in the 4th inning, and the designated hitter Robert Post will bat. Post had an RBI single his first time up, which gave Embry-Riddle a 2-1 lead. First pitch to Post is taken low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Stretch by Parker and the 1-0 pitch. Hit towards second. Martin to his left. Can't get it. It's into right field for a base hit. And the game is tied at 3 on an RBI single by Robert Post, his second RBI single of the ballgame. So again, another seeing eye hit for the Eagles, but they have tied this game at 3 here in the 4th inning. The right fielder, Eric Feliz, will bat. Feliz grounded into a double play his first time up. Parker chases Post back. Stretching the first pitch to Feliz is low and in for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. One 0 pitch is low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Feliz. Parker looking in for the sign or awaiting the sign. Now step off the rubber. Two-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. 2 balls and 1 strike the count to Eric Feliz. Throw over to first. Again, Post has only attempted 1 stolen base this season, and he was thrown out. So unless there's a thought that they're going to green light with a slow to the plate right-handed pitcher, beaten foul in front of the plate, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Feliz. The 2-2 pitch. Back up the middle, off of the glove of Parker. It's going to be an infield single for Feliz. Another tough break for Parker. That was a bouncer that Ford was possibly going to be able to charge. We'll see here on the replay. As he got the ground ball beaten off the dirt in front of the plate, Parker goes to get the ball and he just deflects it away enough to allow the batter to reach base safely. Another hit for Embry-Riddle, their 7th of the game, and probably about 5 of them have been seeing eye hits. And now runners at first and second with 2 outs for the shortstop, Cody Forster. Forster flied out to right his first time up. One ball and no strikes to count to Forster. Stretched by Parker on the 1-0 pitch. Line foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Forster. This one is lined towards right center field. Drops in for a base hit. In to score is Post. On to third is Feliz. And Embry-Riddle has the lead back at 4-3 as the Dinkers and Dumpers wind up getting another run in for the Eagles. Tusculum scratched out a couple runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This will probably be it. It will be it for Justin Parker, who deserved a better fate. He pitched pretty well. Again, just some tough breaks, some balls that just dropped in, found some open spots. And he will depart trailing this one by a score of 4-3. And the right-hander Dawson Goss will be the new pitcher for the Pioneers. We'll have the word on Goss when we come back. 4-3 Embry-Riddle on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, But Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time.
Wow, funny running into
Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Right-hander Dawson Goss will be the new pitcher for the Pioneers. Goss making his 8th appearance of the season, 0-1 record, a 6.57 earned run average. He does have 1 save. 12 in the 3rd innings, 11 hits, 9 earned runs. He's walked 7, struck out 10. Opponents hitting .239 against Dawson Goss, 6'4", 215-pound redshirt freshman out of Gastonia, North Carolina. So runners at the corners now with 2 outs here in the 4th inning, and Embry-Riddle leading by a score of 4-3. They have 4 hits in the inning, all singles. 6 of their 8 hits in the game have been singles. So Goss, the right-hander for the Pioneers, will go to work. He'll face the top of the order, the center fielder Kyle Goodveg. Goodveg went 1 for 2 against Parker, a single and a ground out. Pioneers at home this weekend, a 3-game series with Wingate Friday night at 6. And a doubleheader Saturday at 1. Wingate ranked 22nd in latest D2 baseball poll. Wingate 15-5 overall, 7-2 in the South Atlantic Conference. So we're ready to go here as Gutveg steps in. Feliz the runner at third base, Forster on at first. And the first pitch to Gutveg is taken low for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to count. This one is skied in the air to right field. Playable for Trammell as he moves towards the line and makes the catch. And the inning is over. 2 runs, 4 hits, and 2 left for Embry-Riddle here in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th with Tusculum trailing 4-3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsоncitytoyota.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning coming up here at Pioneer Park. And it'll be another new pitcher for Embry-Riddle as Kelsey Ward is out of the game after giving up 2 runs on 4 hits. It'll be right-hander John Barone. Barone is sophomore, 6'3", 175 pounds out of Wayne, New Jersey. Making his 7th appearance. No record, a 6.10 earned run average. 10 in the 3rd innings, 8 hits, 7 earned runs, 6 walks, 10 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .216 against Barone, who is the 3rd pitcher for Embry-Riddle. We will probably see a lot of pitching changes the rest of today as we see another pitcher getting set in the Embry-Riddle bullpen. Tusculum trailing this one 4-3. They've been out hit 8-5. It'll be Stiegel, Hinton, and Beaver due up for Tusculum here in the bottom of the 4th inning. All the damage done so far by the top 4 hitters in the lineup. They're combined 5 for 8. The rest of the lineup is combined 0 for 6. See if we can get an update on some games from around the South Atlantic Conference this afternoon. Good day for baseball. Sure, there's a lot of action underway today. Catawba is playing California University of Pennsylvania in Wilson, North Carolina. And Cal U leads at 8-4 in the 8th inning over Catawba, which is ranked 2nd nationally. Lincoln Memorial leads Kentucky State 15-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's 1 strike to Stegall. That pitch is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Mars Hill leads Augusta 7-4. They are playing in the 4th inning. Also today, Carson Newman is at Alabama Huntsville. That pitch is in there for a strike, 1-2. Alabama Huntsville leads Carson Newman 6-3, bottom of the 5th. 1-2 pitch, hit to third. Devine's got it on the backhand. His throw across is in time for the out. And Stegall's retired for the 2nd time, one down here in the 4th. The DH, Trey Hinton, will come to the plate. Hinton grounded to third his first time up. UVA Wise is home today to take on King. And King leads that 6-4 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Later today, it's Queens at Belmont Abbey, and North Greenville is at Newberry. The Kentucky State Lincoln Memorial, they are playing a doubleheader today in Harrogate. One strike to count to Trey Hinton. The pitch by Barone is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Hinton. Pitch is taken for a strike. It's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes the count. The pitch fouled away. Still 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Trey Hinton. This one is skied to left field. Moving towards the line is the left fielder Martinez. And a couple steps from the line makes the catch for the 2nd out. So Barone's retired the first 2 he's faced. 2 outs here in the 4th. And the catcher Jordan Beaver will bat. Beaver struck out in his opening plate appearance.
Jordan Beaver.
Not a lot on the schedule in the Sunshine State Conference today. The only other game involving a conference team, Rollins is home to take on Assumption. That begins at 5 o'clock today. First pitch to Beaver is high for a ball, 1-0. Barry is in first place in the Sunshine State Conference, 6-3 in the league. Tampa, Lynn, and Nova Southeastern all 4-2. Low. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Jordan Beaver. Embry-Riddle at 3-3 is tied with Eckerd for 6th place. Barone's pitch, low, 3-0. Pitch is there for a strike, 3-1. Beaver took a step towards first base, and we'll have to head back because he thought that pitch was low and may very well have been. 3 balls and 1 strike to count to Jordan Beaver. Barone's 3-1 pitch. That's a strike, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Jordan Beaver with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This one is driven to left field, but right at Martinez. He'll make the catch. And it's a 1-2-3 fourth inning for John Barone. End of 4. It is Embry-Riddle 4, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Hello, my name is Jacob Fate, and I'm the Dean of the College of Business at Tusculum University. I'm proud to share with you that the programs in the College of Business received accreditation through ACBSP in December of 2018. The Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs accredits business schools and programs worldwide. This accreditation elevates our programs to the top programs worldwide.
We're off to the top of the 5th inning with Tusculum trailing 4-3. Dawson Goss, who got the last out of the top of the 4th inning, will start his first full inning. He'll face Lawson, Olivier, and Martinez here in the top of the 5th. Some more bullpen activity coming up for the Pioneers. Right-hander Trent Collins makes his way down to the bullpen. Mike Lawson leads it off. He's grounded out twice. 0 for 2. First pitch to Lawson is outside for a ball, 1-0. Wind up the 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count. Goss's pitch is high off the glove of Beaver. 3 balls and no strikes. Three balls and no strikes. Goss's pitch is taken for a strike. It's 3-1. Three-one pitch is taken ball 4, and Lawson draws a walk. He's the leadoff base runner here in the 5th. First walk issued by Tusculum pitching in this ballgame. In fact, that's the first walk for either team. Luis Olivier, the catcher, bats. Olivier has hit a sacrifice fly and struck out. 0 for 1 officially. This one is driven to center field. Lipinski towards his left a little bit, towards right center, and makes the catch. Retreating to first is Lawson, 1 down here in the 5th. And the left fielder, Andrew Martinez, comes to the plate. Martinez is working on a perfect afternoon. He's 2 for 2. He's doubled and singled, scored a run, stolen a base. Goss working with Lawson on at first base, who is 6 for 8 in stolen base attempts this season. Over to first, back on the dive is Lawson. The stretch by Goss. Runner goes. The pitch is a ball and no throw as Lawson slides safely into second base with his 7th stolen base of the year. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Martinez. Want to know the count to Martinez. Pitch is taken up and in for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Two-zero pitch is outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Three and 0 the count. The 3-0 pitch, swing and a miss as he had the green light. 3-1. Three and 1 the count to Andrew Martinez. Josh Reynolds, the first baseman, waits on deck. Goss with the set 3-1 pitch, high and outside, ball 4. So Martinez has reached base all 3 times. And he's now reached base 6 out of 8 plate appearances in this series. Josh Reynolds, the first baseman, bats. Reynolds glad to see Parker out of the game. He struck out twice against the side-arming righty. The first pitch to him is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. One 0 pitch. He's taken for a strike. 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to count to Reynolds. This one is chopped foul to the Embry-Riddle dugout. It's 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count. To Josh Reynolds. Pitch is fouled away. Still 1-2. One-two pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. It goes to the backstop. Reynolds is out. Cannot advance with first base occupied. The runners move up 90 feet on, I believe, that's a pass ball.
Third baseman, John Devine.
Let's see how it's ruled. Runners at second and third, though, with 2 outs. He has scored a wild pitch. Pitch is swung on and missed by Devine. 1 strike. One strike to count to John Devine, who has doubled and scored and grounded out. Batting with 2 runners on base here. He's batting .444 this season with runners in scoring position. Goss's 0-1 pitch Got inside on him and swing and a miss, strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes, or no balls and 2 strikes to count to John Devine. Goss trying to get out of trouble. The pitch popped up. Believe it might be playable. It is playable, but overrunning it is Stiegel. He still makes the catch as he hangs with it. Nice play by Jaden Stiegel. The ball came back on him a little bit. He hung with it and gets the out to end the inning. So a little adventure there for Jaden Stiegel to end the top half of the 5th inning as that ball was popped way in the air. Stiegel got over into foul territory and then came back and made the catch, falling backwards to end the inning. No runs, no hits, and 2 left on base. We're halfway home, middle of the 5th. It's Embry-Riddle 4, Tusculum 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County, you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Pioneer Park. A beautiful Wednesday afternoon in East Tennessee, and Tusculum trailing by a score of 4-3. Leading off the bottom of the 5th inning for the Pioneers against right-hander John Barone will be Jake Wapinski, the center fielder. It will be Wapinski, Martin, and Ford here in the last of the 5th. Wapinski popped up to third his first time up. Barone's pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0. Barone had a 1-2-3 bottom of the 4th. Sun trying to work its way back out here. It's been cloudy for most of this game. We started the afternoon in sunshine when we finished the suspended game from last night. Wind blowing out to left field again. So Wapinski batting with a 1-ball, 1-strike count here in the 5th. Barone's pitch is lined towards left center field. Martinez charging, and he'll have to play it on the hop. And Jake Wapinski has a base hit. 6th hit of the game for the Pioneers. He's a leadoff base runner here in the 5th. Nice piece of hitting here by Wapinski, who just took what he had offered to him and just fought it off into left field. Martinez unable to get there as he has to play it on the bounce. And Dalton Martin will bat. Martin struck out and singled and scored a run, and that run was his 181st career run, which gives him the school career runs record. Infield looking for a bunt. Pitch is inside, 1 ball and no strikes. To Dalton Martin. Martin's run scored, his 31st run scored of the season. Which is why he bats at the top of the lineup when you have an on-base percentage of 500. 504 at the moment. We're going to have a discussion on the mound. One ball and no strikes count. I believe that was pitching coach Victor Diaz. If it wasn't, I apologize. One ball and no strikes to count to Dalton Martin. Barone's pitch is high, 2 balls and no strikes. Wapinski at first base has not attempted a stolen base. 2-0 the count to Martin. Pitch. Low and in, 3 balls and no strikes. Lipinski has never successfully stolen a base at the Pioneers. He was caught stealing 3 times last year and figured what the heck after that. He's not attempted any steals this season. 3-0 the count to Martin. Barone's pitch, and it hit him as Martin's hit again. It's the 11th time he's been hit by a pitch this season. And Lipinski will move up to second base. And the Pioneers now have runners at first and second with nobody out. This time it's head coach Randy Stiegel making his way to the mound. And that will probably be the end of the line for his pitcher Barone, who will depart. And the new pitcher coming in from the bullpen is the right-hander. Martin hit by a pitch. He's now been hit by 37 pitches in his career, which if it's not a record, it should be. The new pitcher will be right-hander Joe Balsam, who has been used quite frequently out of the bullpen this season for the Eagles. We'll tell you about Joe Balsam when we come back on the Pioneer Sports Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsoncitytoyota.com.
Now pitching for Embry-Riddle here in the bottom of the 5th inning is right-hander Joe Balsam. Balsam making his 12th appearance of the season. He is 1-0 with 1 save and a 0.55 earned run average. 16 1/3 innings, he's allowed 9 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. Walked 3, struck out 10. Opponents hitting 167 against Joe Balsam, 5'11", 160-pound freshman out of Deltona, Florida. Batting with runners at first and second, nobody out, is the shortstop Bryson Ford. Ford has flied to center and doubled home a run. Ford may be trying to bunt here, as he has sacrificed 3 times. They're looking for it, but they're not getting it as the pitch is taken for a strike by Bryson Ford. Coach Brandon Steele feeling good about Ford's ability to drive the ball somewhere. Ford has sacrificed 15 times in his career. He now squares up and pulls it back and hits it towards the open hole at shortstop, in for a base hit. Coming around third is Lipinski. He'll score. Martin going to third. On at first with an RBI single is Bryson Ford, and we're tied again at 4 here in the 5th inning. The old slap bunt by Ford as he pulled the bat back and just chopped at it and got it past the shortstop Forster into left field for a base hit. And runners now at the corners with 1 out, and we're tied at 4. Ford's second RBI of the game is 15th of the season, and Brandon Trammell will bat with runners at the corners, nobody out. Trammell has homered and singled. 7th hit of the game for the Pioneers. Balsam's pitch is chopped back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Martin scores. Ford will turn and go on to third. And on at first with an RBI single is down. The ball gets away, and Ford is going to try and score, and he will. On the error, the Pioneers take the lead. 2 runs on the play as Ford alertly scored on the error. The It's an RBI single for Trammell, and then another run scores on the fielding error, and it's 6-4. As the ball kicked away from the shortstop Forster, which allowed the runner Ford to score all the way from third base after he was on at first base. Trammell gets a running start. The pitch is taken for a strike, no throw. And Trammell has his 5th stolen base of the season. 1 strike to count to Fuzzy Fur. 6-4 Tusculum here in the last half of the 4th inning. The pitch from Balsam is taken for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Fuzzy Fur. The stretch and the 0-2 pitch, and it hits Fur, and he'll take his base. So the first 5 batters in the inning have reached for the Pioneers here in the 5th inning. It's officially an error on the throw by the center fielder Goodvay, which I would agree with, as he kind of lobbed one into second base that bounced. The shortstop had to try and short hop, and he couldn't make the play. So now runners at first and second, nobody out for Luis Ezra. Ezra is grounded out and fouled out. Again, the corner infielder is looking for a bunt. They're not getting it from Ezra, who takes the ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Ezra has not sacrificed this season. Tusculum not as reliant on the sacrifice bunt as they used to be under Doug Jones. They've only sacrificed 11 times in 23 games. The 1-0 pitch hit towards first. It's foul ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. But at the same time, Tusculum more reliant on the stolen base than they used to be. They've stolen 63 bases this season in 23 games. But as Coach Steele says, is you do with what you got, and they've got guys who can run. As Ezra drills this one foul towards the Tusculum bullpen and passed. Still nothing, or 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Ezra. The stretch by Balsam. 1-2 pitch. Spoils that one, fouls it away. Still 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Ezra. Now they'll look at Trammell back at second base. Tusculum now with 64 stolen bases this season. They have 1 stolen base in this game. School record is 142, set in 2007. 1-2 pitch. Line towards left center field. Goodvay got a good jump on it. He dives, and he makes the catch for the out. Great diving catch in left center field by Kyle Goodvay. Saved at least 1 and maybe 2 runs for the time being. And Ezra's out. And a balk has been called, and the runners will move up 90 feet. Going back on the stolen base team, last year Tusculum stole 106 bases, the 3rd most in a single season in school history. The 64 steals they have is already closing in on the top 10 as that pitch is taken for a strike after the balk was called against the pitcher Balsam. The book is closed on Barone. Everything else is Balsam's responsibility as the infield is now in on Stiegel. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 the count to Jaden Stiegel. Trammell the runner at third base. Furr on at second. One out here in the fifth with Tusculum leading 6-4. The stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball high, 1-2 strikes. They're going to appeal, but no swing, says base umpire Mike Carter. The count holds at 1-2. Stretch in the 1-2 pitch. Just off the plate, 2-2. 2 strikes the count to Jaden Stiegel. Two-two pitch, swing and a miss as he chased one up and in. And that's the second out of the inning. And Trey Hinton, the designated hitter, will bat. Hinton is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flied out.
And DH number 6, Trey Hinton.
Hinton batting with runners at second and third. The first pitch to him is taken for a strike. The 0-1 pitch is fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Trey Hinton. Stretch and the 0-2 pitch. Chopped towards first. Fumbled by the first baseman. And now the tag, and now they're going to say safe. Safe at first base as Hinton avoid the tag of Reynolds, who fumbled the ball. And they're going to claim that he was outside the baseline. We'll have to see here on the replay. As it was hit towards first, Reynolds came in, booted it, picked it up, and Reynolds tries to make the tag. Going in on the grass is the runner Hinton, who then reaches first base safely. Coach Randy Stiegel making the argument that he was inside the baseline and he should be out. Another look at the replay here as Hinton was almost in on the grass. And whether or not he hit it, he made the tag either. He didn't make the tag because he went back after him. So we know he missed the tag, but it'll be likely be an error on the first baseman. It's a run as Trammell scores. Furr goes to third. It is now 7-4 Tusculum. Should be an error. It is. And Jordan Beaver bats as Pioneers bat around here in the fifth inning. Beaver is struck out and lined out. 4 runs in the inning for the Pioneers. They lead at 7-4. One 0 pitch. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two 0 the count to Jordan Beaver. Called strike, 2-1. Two balls and a strike the count to Jordan Beaver. Tusculum leading 7-4 here in the fifth inning. The pitch, fouled back, 2-2. One of the runs allowed by Balsam is earned. That would be the run that Ford scored. Trammell's run and everything subsequently will be unearned. 2-2 the count. Hinton almost got a running start off first base, and Balsam steps off. Don't know if Hinton was trying to draw a play or he just left too early. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Runner's not going. It's 3-2. Now the runner will be off with the pitch with a 3-2 count. Three and two the count to Jordan Beaver. The stretch by Balsam, the payoff pitch. Low and outside, ball four, and the bases are loaded. First walk issued by Balsam, and this might be the end of his afternoon. As Coach Randy Stiegel quickly out to the mound, and his freshman, who's pitched very well out of the bullpen, is going to depart. As will be another pitcher for the Eagles. As the door opens, and it'll be a right-hander making his way in from the bullpen. And this will be right-hander Samuel Brunig. Brunig will pitch for the Eagles, trailing 7-4 in the fifth inning. We'll tell you about him when we return on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
The new pitcher for Embry-Riddle is right-hander Samuel Brunig. Brunig making his 9th appearance of the season. He's 1-0 with a save. No earned runs allowed in 9 2/3 innings, 1 unearned run. 6 hits, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts. Opponent sitting 182 against Samuel Brunig, a 6'5", 195-pound junior out of DeLand, Florida. So he'll get to come in here with the bases loaded and 2 outs, facing Jake Wapinski, who got this inning started with a leadoff single. The Pioneers have scored 4 runs so far in the inning on 3 hits, a couple hit batsmen, a couple errors, and a walk. Kind of a sloppy evolution to this one. So Wapinski stands in with bases loaded, 2 outs. Wapinski, with the bases loaded this season, is 1 for 2. Stretched by Brunig. First pitch. Fouled away, 1 strike. 7-4, Tusculum leads it here in the 5th. Pitch is in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, retreating his fur, and he goes back to third base. One to 1 the count to Wapinski. Swing and a miss, strike two. One and two the count. The pitch is off the plate, 2-2. Two balls and two strikes to count to Jake Wapinski. Stretched by Brunick, the 2-2 pitch. High, 3-2. Three balls and two strikes the count to Jake Wapinski. The runners will be off with the pitch as the merry-go-round will get started. Brunick with the set. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, he got it. So Brunick gets the out to end the inning, and the Pioneers leave the bases loaded as he just came with the flat heat and blew it past Wapinski for the third out. 4 runs in the inning on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 3 left on base. We go to the top of the 6th inning. It's Tusculum 7, Embry-Riddle 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
It's fine. It'll be okay, okay? Nobody cares about the flowers. Who needs flowers at a wedding?
At Ingalls, we know that the best of plans don't always go according to plan.
My best friend's getting married today and the florist never showed.
That's why we're always there when you need us.
What are their colors?
Purple and cream.
With smiling faces and helping hands.
No one cares. No one cares. You will look great. Flowers are not important. And where is Holly? Have anyone seen Holly?
And although life will be predictably unpredictable,
Let's get you to that wedding.
a curveball is that much more satisfying
I got the flowers!
when you knock it out of the park.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome!
So when the plan goes out the window and improvisation becomes the order of the day, just remember, that's where the best of memories are made.
All right, they're ready for us.
True story. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First,
Off to the top of the 6th inning here with Tusculum leading 7-4. It's their second lead of the game. They led 3-2 after 3. For Embry-Riddle, it'll be the bottom third of the order. DH Robert Post will bat. Post is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs in the game. He's 5 for 7 in the series. It'll be Post, Feliz, and Forster facing Dawson Goss, who's not allowed to hit yet in an inning and a third. First pitch to Post is check swing, taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes to count. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Inside corner, 1-2. 1-2 the count to Post. Driven to center field. Wapinski back. He backs up and he makes the catch for the out. As Post is out on a long, loud out to straightaway center field. One down here in the 6th. And the batter is the right fielder, Eric Feliz. Feliz is grounded into a double play and singled. First pitch is taken high for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, fouled away, 1-1. One ball and one strike. One pitch is low and outside, 2-1. 2-1 the count to Feliz. Slow roller towards third. Stiegel charges, bare hands, throw across is late. It's an infield single for Feliz, his second hit of the game, and the 9th hit of the game for the Eagles. As Stiegel did all he could do, and Feliz just legs it out for an infield single. The shortstop, Cody Forster, steps up. Forster has flied to right and delivered an RBI single in the 4th. The time gave Embry-Riddle a 4-3 lead. Goss's pitch is popped up in the infield. Goss calls for it, and he will make the catch for the second out. See, pitchers can field their positions. 2 down here in the 6th.
The center fielder, number 12, Kyle Ludwig.
Pitchers shank fly balls all day in the outfield, but when ball game, it's like it's a pop-up towards the mound. Oh, we got to get the pitcher out of the way. Goss said, I got it. He had it for the out, 2 down here in the 6th. Center fielder Kyle Gutveg will bat. Gutveg has singled, stolen a base, and scored a run, grounded out, and flied out. 1 for 3. Goss's pitch, the outside corner, strike 1. 1 strike the count to Kyle Gutveg. Goss with a stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Outside corner, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Kyle Gutveg. Tusculum leading 7-4 here in the top of the 6th inning. The stretch by Goss. 0-2 pitch. Outside 1-2. Try to get Gutveg to chase. He wouldn't bite. One and 2 the count. Stretch. 1-2 pitch. Hit towards third. Stiegel goes to a knee to make the play. Throw across is in time for the out. As Stiegel makes the play and the Pioneers retire the Eagles in the 6th as they work around that infield single by Feliz. We go to the middle of the 6th inning. It's Tusculum 7, Embry-Riddle 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning here at Pioneer Park with Tusculum leading Embry-Riddle 7-4. Jim Miller with you along the Pioneer Sports Network. Glad you could join us this afternoon for some afternoon college baseball action. Embry-Riddle won the first game of the series 12-1, a game that was suspended last night due to rain, finished this afternoon before the start of this ball game. But Tusculum has the lead 7-4 here in Game 2, despite being out-hit 9-8. Be the top of the order for the Pioneers here in the 6th, Martin, Ford, and Trammell, facing Samuel Brunig, who came on with the bases loaded 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th and struck out Jake Wapinski to end the inning. Dalton Martin has struck out, singled, been hit by a pitch, scored 2 runs. His run in the 3rd inning, his 181st career run, a new school record. Pitch is taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes to Dalton Martin. Top of the Pioneer lineup, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters have scored 6 runs in this game. And they've combined to reach base 7 out of 9 times. That one is fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count to Dalton Martin. In fact, if you take it to the top 4 hitters in the lineup, they have combined to reach base 9 out of 12 plate appearances in this game. One and 1 the count to Martin. Brunig's pitch is outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count to Dalton Martin. 2-1 pitch, outside, 3 and 1. 3 balls and a strike to Martin, leading off the bottom of the 6th. Brunig with a stretch and the 3-1 pitch. Line towards left center field is going to drop for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Goodveg. And Martin's got his 2nd hit of the game. He is 2 for 3. He's leadoff base runner here in the 6th. For the shortstop, Bryson Ford. Ford has flied out, doubled in a run and scored a run, and singled in a run and scored a run. As Martin, nice piece of hitting there as he just serves it into left center field for the base hit. Make it 10 out of 13 trips that the top 4 hitters have reached in this game. So Ford, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs, 2 hits. Pitch to him, up and in for a ball, off the glove of the catcher, Olivier. And that'll be a passed ball. So Martin on at second base with nobody out. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Bryson Ford. Stretch the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. One ball and 1 strike, the count to Bryson Ford. Martin takes off for third. The throw is not in time. The pitch is a strike. And a stolen base for Dalton Martin, his 16th of the season. And he's at third base with nobody out. A count of 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bryson Ford. Pitch is fouled back to the screen, still 1-2. One and 2, the count holds to Bryson Ford. One and 2, the count, the pitch. Skied towards left center field, hit pretty well. Goodveg back at the track at the wall. It is gone. 2-run home run, Bryson Ford. His 3rd home run of the season. He's knocked in 4, and the Pioneers stretch their lead out to 9-4 here in the 6th. Ford just got that one airborne, and it kept going over the fence in deep left center field for Ford. A 2-run home run, and the Pioneers tack on 2 more as Ford just hit that one way up in the air. Goodveg back towards the wall and over the wall right by the tee in the Tusculum. on the outfield fence. And the Pioneers have stretched out to a 9-4 lead here in the sixth. Brandon Trammell at the plate. Trammell's working on a perfect day at the plate. He has homered, singled twice, scored 2 runs, knocked in 2 runs, stolen a base. Second home run of the game for the Pioneers. Trammell's home run back in the first. First home run allowed by Brunig this season. The 0-1 pitch to Trammell. It's low in the dirt. Did he swing? He did not. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Brandon Trammell. One pitch is in there for a strike, 1-2. One and two, the count to Brandon Trammell. The pitch outside, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes, the count to Brandon Trammell. Breaking ball hit towards second, fielded by Lawson. He flips on to first for the out, and Trammell's retired for the first time this afternoon. One down here in the sixth, and the left fielder Fuzzy Furr comes to the plate. Furr has grounded out, singled, and been hit by a pitch. Top 3 batters in the lineup have now scored 8 of the 9 runs in this game for the Pioneers. This one is hit towards third. Devine, long throw across, gets Furr by half a step. Nice play at third base by John Devine, who's made a couple good plays in this ball game. 2 outs here in the 6th inning, and the first baseman Luis Ezra will bat.
Number 32, Luis Ezra.
Ezra has grounded out, fouled out, and lined out. Lined out to center on a nice diving catch by the center fielder Goodvig. First pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch is swung and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. One and 2, the count to Ezra. Foul tip, got the home plate umpire Dave Mabe. That really got him good too. Looks like he got him on the hand. He'll walk this one off as Coach Brandon Steele will walk out some more baseballs. Take a look at here on the replay where that got him, but it got him good. Oh, right on the right hand. Ouch. Off the foul tip too. Maybe off the catcher's glove as well, but that got him right on that, right near that wrist. Athletic trainer for the Pioneers, Kirby McLean, out there to check him out as well, along with his partner at first base, Mike Carter. Catcher Olivier checks in on him to make sure he's all right. 1 and 2 the count to Ezra. The stretch by Brunig. And the 1-2 pitch. Low and in, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes the count. And that one's taken for a ball, 3-2. Three and 2 the count to Ezra. Brunig's pitch, outside, ball 4. First walk issued by Brunig, and Ezra reaches first. 2-out base runner for the third baseman, Jaden Stiegel. Stiegel is flying to left, grounded to third, and struck out. Stiegel digs in as Tusculum is now out hit Embry-Riddle 10-9. This one is hit down the right field line. Might be playable and is not. It is a foul ball. Did not hang up there long enough for the second baseman Lawson to get to. One strike the count to Jaden Stiegel. Ezra, the runner at first base, 1 stolen base this season. The pitch is a strike, 0-2, the count to Stiegel. Stretch and the 0-2 pitch. Fouled away, still 0-2. Nothing in 2, the count to Stiegel. This one is line foul, still 0-2. Nothing in 2, the count to Stiegel. The stretch by Brunig. 0-2 pitch. And it hit him. Oh, they're going to say he's out. They're going to say I believe they're going to say he was in the zone. The ball hit him in the strike zone. In any case, it is a strike 3. Let's see here. Yeah, he stuck his elbow out. Yeah, that's a good call. And the inning is over. Very good call. Very subtle, but he stuck his elbow out, and the pitch was a strike. And that's strike 3, and that's the inning for the Pioneers. They get 2 runs in the inning on the home run by Ford, and they leave 1. We're off to the top of the 7th inning in Game 2 of our Game 2 of our series. The first game of the completion goes to Embry-Riddle. The second game, Tusculum leads at 9-4 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
The second baseman, number 2, Mike Lawson.
Top of the 7th inning here at Pioneer Park. Tusculum leading 9-4. They've out-hit Embry-Riddle 10-9. And it'll be Mike Lawson leading off the top of the 7th for the Eagles. He has grounded out twice and walked, also stolen a base. Facing right-hander Dawson Goss, who came into the game with 2 outs in the 4th inning and has pitched 2 1/3 scoreless innings. Goss's 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Been through the lineup once. Lawson walked his only previous plate appearance against Goss in this game. The windup in the 0-2 pitch. Looped to left field. Furr is going to hang up for him. He charged in, now he drifts back and makes the catch for the out. That ball didn't look like much off the bat, but that wind is blowing out to left field. As you can see by the flagpole. And Furr charged in for it and then said, whoops, I need to get back a little bit, and he made the catch for the out. One down here in the 7th. Catcher Luis Olivier will bat. Olivier is 0 for 2. He's hit a sac fly, struck out, and flied out. The windup in the first pitch from Goss is inside, 1 ball and no strikes. 1-0 the count to Olivier. Line to left field. Furr charges, and it's over his head and goes to the wall. Digging for second is Olivier. He'll have a stand-up double. Furr admittedly not getting a very great route on that ball, as it was driven to left, and Furr charged in, and then it was over his head. He might not have gotten there anyway, but in any case, it's a double, 10th hit of the game for the Eagles. Andrew Martinez, the left fielder, steps up. Martinez has doubled, singled, and scored, and walked. He's also stolen a base. Goss with the set and the pitch. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes the count to Martinez. This one's chopped towards first. Ezra has it. Goss covers, and they make the play. 3-1 on the hookup. Moving up to third base is Olivier. But there's 2 outs now in the 7th inning. As Ezra made a nice play there and a good flip to Goss, who found the bag. There's a technique to all that. Make a good flip to the pitch. They run the banana route, where pitcher runs to the line and then runs up the line and gets the flip and give him enough time to be able to find the bag. And that was executed well by the Pioneers. 2 outs now in the 7th inning. And that pitch is taken for a ball by the first baseman, Josh Reynolds. Reynolds has struck out all 3 times he's batted. Tusculum with a 9-4 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. One ball, 1 strike, the count to Reynolds. Stretching the 1-1 pitch. It's low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count to Reynolds. Goss's pitch didn't mean to, but off the bat, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch is hit to Ford at short. His throw across is in time for the out, and Dawson Goss has thrown 3 1/3 scoreless innings here for the Pioneers this afternoon. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. We go to the middle of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch time at Pioneer Park. Tusculum 9, Embry-Riddle 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsоncitytoyota.com.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients.
Off to the bottom of the 7th inning here at Pioneer Park, with Tusculum leading Embry-Riddle by a score of 9-4. New pitcher for Embry-Riddle is the right-hander Joey Gerber. Gerber making his 4th appearance of the season. No record, a 16.62 earned run average. 4 1/3 innings, 11 hits, 8 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. And opponents hitting .478 against Joey Gerber, a 6 foot, 170-pound senior out of Coconut Creek, Florida. Gerber will face Hinton, Beaver, and Wapinski here in the bottom of the 7th inning, with Tusculum leading by a score of 9-4. Pioneers got a run in the first, 2 in the 3rd, 4 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. Embry-Riddle with a run in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th. So here we go, the bottom of the 7th inning. As Gerber continues his warm-up tosses. We had some sunshine earlier, but the clouds have rolled back in here. Still no worries about any rain. We'll stay in the 60s. Supposed to hit the 70s tomorrow. Trey Hinton, the leadoff batter for the Pioneers here in the 7th. He is grounded out, flied out, and reached on an error. And this pitch is fouled away. 1 strike. The pitch is taken for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Popped foul, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. The pitch is popped up, shallow left field. Martinez charging in, he dives, and he makes the catch for the out. A sliding catch by the left fielder Andrew Martinez for the first out here in the 7th.
Now batting the catcher, number 46.
Really flashing the glove in spots here are the Eagles. As Hinton just popped this one in the air to shallow left field. The shortstop, Forster, went out, but it was Martinez on the slide making the catch for the out. 1 strike now the count to Jordan Beaver, who struck out, lined out, and walked. Next pitch is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. One the count to Beaver. Gerber's pitch is low, 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and 1 strike to count. The pitch is popped up, foul, out of play. As it hits on the netting and drops back in. That is not a catch. If you see the play there, it looked like the catcher, Olivier, just made the most nonchalant catch of all time, but that ball hit the netting above the seating area and just skittered on down to the field. 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count. As that pitch caught the very tip of the corner of the plate, 3-2 pitch. Beaten foul. Past third base coach Todd Miller. Who lunged for it down the line, but it was just out of his reach. 3-2 the count to Jordan Beaver. Foul back to the screen, still 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Low ball 4. Beaver's a 1-out base runner. Second straight time that Beaver has drawn a walk. And the center fielder, Jake Wapinski, will bat. Wapinski has fouled out, singled and scored, and struck out. Pitch to Wapinski's swing and a miss, strike 1. Nothing in 1 to count. The next pitch from Gerber in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, Olivier, and moving up to second base is Beaver on the wild pitch. As that ball in the dirt, it actually wound up hitting the umpire in the foot, I believe. Next pitch to Wapinski's outside, 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to count. Next pitch is outside, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike to count. The pitch, low ball 4. Another walk. Wapinski draws the base on balls. Second walk issued by Gerber. 2 on and 1 out for Dalton Martin. Martin has struck out, singled and scored, been hit by a pitch and scored, singled, stole a base and scored. 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored, Dalton Martin. Now hitting .337. On base percentage up to .513. First pitch to him is fouled away, 1 strike. One strike to count. The stretch by Gerber and the 0-1 pitch. Line to third, it's caught. Throw across the diamond is not in time as Wapinski scampers back. Wasn't a hard hit line drive, but it was right at the third baseman, Devine, and he threw across to try and double up Wapinski. Beaver did a good job of freezing on that play. The throw across was not quite in time. Bryson Ford, the batter. Ford is a triple shy of the cycle. He's flying to center, doubled, singled, and homered, knocked in 4. So the next question is, how many career triples does Bryson Ford have? The answer is 4. He's got 2 this season. So the cycle's in play for Ford if the opportunity presents itself. 1-0 pitch is called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Bryson Ford. That's a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count to Ford. That one is taken for a strike, 2 and 2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Bryson Ford. Foul back to the screen, still 2 and 2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Ford. The pitch, low, 3 and 2. Three balls and 2 strikes to count to Bryson Ford. The runners will be off for the pitch with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. The 3-2 pitch is lined to right field. It'll be a foul ball in short of the Tusculum bullpen. Three and 2, the count holds. Gerber with the stretch. 3-2 pitch. Popped up foul. It's going to be out of play. Still 3 and 2. Three and 2 the count to Bryson Ford. Tusculum leading 9-4 here in the 7th. Ford doubled in the 3rd, singled in the 5th, homered in the 6th. The stretch by Gerber. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got it. So Gerber gets a strikeout and pitches out of trouble here in the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, 2 left. We go to the 8th. Tusculum 9 and Embry-Riddle 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
The first date. Only one chance to make that first impression. Don't worry, this might be new for you, but Ingalls has been there before. From flowers to the freshest ingredients, we have everything you need to put your best foot forward.
I'm so sorry.
Remember, you can't get to happily ever after without once upon a time. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
We go to the top of the 8th inning here at Pioneer Park with Tusculum leading by a score of 9-4 over Embry-Riddle. Dawson Goss has pitched 3 1/3 scoreless innings of relief. Struck out 1, allowed just 2 hits so far. The Pioneers lead at 9-4 as we go to the top of the 8th inning. It'll be Devine, Post, and Feliz due up for the Eagles here in the 8th inning. Both teams with 10 hits in the game. John Devine, the third baseman, has doubled and scored, grounded out, and fouled out. The windup and the pitch. Inside, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes to count. And now no balls and 2 strikes to count, 2 Divine, or 1 ball and 1 strike to count, 2 Divine. One and 1 the count. The pitch hit in the air to left field. Furr lines it up and makes the catch. 1 down here in the 8th. Designated hitter Robert Post comes to the plate. Post has singled twice, each time knocking in a run, and also flied out to center. Goss with the windup in the first pitch. Punch towards third. It's a foul ball. 1 strike. One strike to count. This one is hit in the air to right field. Trammell will catch it on the line for the second out. 2 up and 2 down here in the 8th. The right fielder, Eric Feliz, will be the batter. Feliz is grounded into a double play, singled twice.
The right fielder, number 3, Eric Feliz.
High school baseball will follow this one. 6:30, Greenville will play Sevier County. The teams are here. The Sevier County Smoky Bears are sitting behind the third base dugout. Greenville is down the first base line. First pitch is right there for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Feliz. The windup, the 1-0 pitch. Hit foul past third. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Eric Feliz. This one is hit to second. Martin stays down on it. His throw across in time. Another scoreless inning for Dawson Goss, who has thrown 4 1/3 scoreless innings in this one. Pioneers lead at 9-4 as we go to the bottom of the 8th on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the 8th inning here at Pioneer Park. Tusculum leading Embry-Riddle by a score of 9-4. It'll be Trammell, Furr, and Ezra drew up for the Pioneers here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Right-hander Joey Gerber got out of trouble in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Leading off for Tusculum, the right fielder, number 23, Brandon Trammell.
So Trammell will lead it off. Trammell has homered, singled, and singled. He's knocked in 2, scored 2, 3 for 4. Also grounded out. First pitch to Trammell is lined to left field. That's another base hit for Brandon Trammell. His average was up to 341. Add a few more points to that as he is now 4 for 5 in the ballgame. 11th hit of the game for the Pioneers, who have their leadoff man on base here in the 8th.
The left fielder, number 27.
Good piece of hitting by Trammell. He just took what he had and served it in the left field for a base hit. Fuzzy Fur, the batter. Fur is grounded out, singled home a run, been hit by a pitch and grounded out. Tusculum looking to pick up their 15th victory at the midway point of the season. First pitch to Fur is a strike. One strike to count to Fuzzy Fur. The 0-1 pitch. Bounced foul past third. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Fuzzy Fur. The 0-2 pitch way outside, 1-2. One and two the count. Pitch is low and away. And it's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Fur. Trammell almost got a running start and then stopped, and Fur's called out on strikes. One down here in the 8th. First baseman Lewis Ezra will bat. Ezra has grounded out, fouled out, lined out, and walked. Over to first, Trammell back safely. Trammell did steal a base earlier in the game as his 5th steal of the year. This one is lined into right field. It's a base hit. Trammell will stop at second base as Ezra gets his first hit of the game. 12th hit for the Pioneers. Runners at first and second, 1 out for Jaden Stiegel, who's looking for his first hit. He's 0 for 4.
Number 13, Jaden Stiegel.
Stiegel has flied out, grounded out, and struck out twice. First pitch, inside, strike 1. One strike to count to Jaden Stiegel. The 0-1 pitch is there for a strike, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch is low, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Stiegel. And bluffing a throw to second base is back in safely is Trammell. One-two pitch, low, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Stiegel. 2-2 pitch, low in the dirt, 3-2. Three and two, the count to Stiegel. Stretch by Gerber. And the 3-2 pitch. Line foul, still 3-2. Three balls and two strikes to count. Trammell at second, Ezra at first with one out. Runners do not go. The pitch is bounced to short. Fielded by the shortstop Forster. On to Lawson at second and on to first for the double play. It's a 6-4-3 double play. And the inning is over. Nice turn by the Eagles, who have played pretty good defense in this game. 6-4-3, I guess. The inning is over, and for the Pioneers, they had two hits, but leave one. We go to the top of the ninth inning. It is Tusculum 9, Embry-Riddle 4 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you?
We got lunch.
To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. Because that's what families do. Ingalls. All the ingredients for family.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Top of the ninth inning here at Pioneer Park. Tusculum leading by a score of 9-4. The new pitcher for the Pioneers is right-hander Carter Linton. Linton making his 11th appearance of the season. He's 1-1 with a save, a 1.46 earned run average. 12 and a third innings, 13 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. Walked 7, struck out 18. And opponents hitting .265 against right-hander Carter Linton, 5'11", 195-pound senior out of Kingsport. Dawson Goss brought the awesome sauce today for the Pioneers as he went 4 and a third innings, allowed 2 hits, no runs, walked 2, struck out 1. And he stands to get the victory if the Pioneers hold on for the final 3 outs of this game. So Linton, who picked up a save over the weekend down at Coker, he'll face the 9-1 and 2 batters for the Eagles, Forster, Goodveg, and Lawson. Forster has flied out, reached on an RBI single, and popped up. So Forster leading off the top of the ninth inning. First pitch from Linton is up and away for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch from Linton is taken for a strike. One ball, one strike, the count to Forster. Linton's pitch Sky down the right field line. It's a foul ball. Giving chase is Ezra, and he's not going to be able to get there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to the shortstop, Cody Forster. One and 2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Chopped foul past third. One ball and 2 strikes to count. This one's fouled away, still 1 and 2. One and 2 the count to Forster. 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. The stretch by Linton. 2-2 pitch. Low, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes to count to Forster, leading off the ninth. Three-two pitch. Roller down the third baseline. Stiegel charges, bare hands, throws, got him! Great play at third base by Jaden Stiegel for the first out of the ninth inning.
The center fielder, number 12, Kyle Gutwig.
Jaden Stiegel making a great bare hand pickup and throw at third base for the first out of this ninth inning. As just a little roller down the line by Forster, perfectly picked up, and the throw across just in time for the out. Stiegel's 0 for 5 at the plate, but he has not taken his hitting into the field, that's for sure. This one's lined into center field for a base hit by the center fielder Kyle Gutwig. Gutwig's second hit of the game. 2 for 5 down.
Mike Lawson.
Tusculum out hitting Embry-Riddle in 12-11. Gutwig's a 1-out base runner for the second baseman Mike Lawson, who's sitting on an 0 for 3 with a walk. Nine for Tusculum, 1 out here in the ninth. Pitch is a strike. One strike to count to Mike Lawson. The stretch by Linton. Throw over to first. Back safely is Gutwig. Gutwig has 8 stolen bases in 9 attempts. Really don't think he's going to be going anywhere with a 5-run deficit. But I've been proven wrong before. Now Lawson asks for time and receives it. That pitch is a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Stretch now with another throw over to first. One and one the count. One pitch is outside, 2-1. Two balls and one strike, the count. Pitch. Line down the left field line. It is tailing away from Furr, and it's a foul ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Lawson. So 2-2 the count with 1 out here in the 9th inning. Carter Linton, runner at first base, and 1 out. Stretch, 2-2 pitch. Fouled away, still 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes, the count. To Mike Lawson. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. First strikeout for Linton. 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Good battle there. Won by Linton. Luis Olivier, the last hope for the Eagles. He has hit sacrifice fly, struck out, flied out, and doubled. Linton, the first pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. One strike, the count. Stretch by Linton. 0-1 pitch. Taken low for a ball, 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Olivier. Stretch by Linton and throw over to first. The stretch. And the 1-1 pitch. Line to third, it's going to be into left field for a base hit. Second hit of the inning for the Eagles. Olivier's now 2 for 4. 12 hits apiece. And with 2 outs, the left fielder Andrew Martinez will bat. Martinez has doubled, singled and scored, walked, and grounded out. He is 1 for 3 with a run scored. Carter Linton trying to get the final out of this ball game. Pitch to Martinez is there for a strike. One strike to count. Nine to 4 Tusculum with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. The stretch. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Andrew Martinez with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Carter Linton trying to nail down this victory for Dawson Goss. The stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Bounces up there. And the runners will move up 90 feet. Wild pitch by Linton. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Martinez. Josh Reynolds, the first baseman, waits on deck. So after losing 12-1 in the conclusion of the suspended game, Pioneers come out here and put 9 on the board. Lead it 9-4. Linton with the 1-2 pitch. Back up the middle. Ford has it. Bobbles, throws. Not in time. Everybody's safe and a run scores. Ford might have played that just a little too carefully, and it'll be an error on Ford as Goodfeg scores, and it's 9-5. Ford was trying to play that one carefully and played it a little too carefully. So it was hit to him, stayed back on the ball, and then just double clutched it just enough. And beating it out at first base is Martinez. It's a 9-5 game. 2 on and 2 out for the first baseman, Josh Reynolds. Reynolds has struck out 3 times and grounded out. There is activity in the Tusculum bullpen. First pitch from Linton, right there for a strike. 1 strike the count to Reynolds. Stretch by Linton. The 0-1 pitch. Right there for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Reynolds. 9-5 Tusculum with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Carter Linton will step off the rubber. Linton peering in for his target from Beaver. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him, and the ball game is over. Linton gives up an unearned run on 2 hits. 2 left, and the Pioneers get the split of the series. They win this game by a score of 9-5. As Linton gets the final out of the game, the strikeout of Reynolds, who strikes out 4 times. And the Pioneers win it by a score of 9-5. As Tusculum now 15-10 on the season. So the Pioneers win it 9-5. We'll have the totals and a recap for you in just a moment on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Tusculum University is Tennessee's first university. Established in 1794, Tusculum's beautiful campus is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Students from 31 states and 15 countries have found a home here. With nearly 60 areas of study, Tusculum can help you pioneer your path to success. Visit www.tusculum.edu or call 423-636-7300 to discover the Pioneer experience for yourself.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County, you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And Ingalls really cares about family farms like Pierce Farms, and they really care about their customers. We're just glad to be a part of that. God has blessed us with a really great partnership there. They make fresh local produce have real meaning for lots of people. I'm Shane Pierce, and this is my Ingalls story.
Back here at Pioneer Park, where Tusculum has defeated Embry-Riddle by a score of 9-5. A 4-run fifth inning, a 2-run sixth inning, the difference. The Pioneers get the victory and to salvage the split of the two-game series. For Tusculum, 9 runs, 12 hits, an error, they left 9. For Embry-Riddle, 5 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors, they left 9. The winning pitcher, Dawson Goss, 1-1. Losing pitcher, John Barone, 0-1. The time of the game was 2 hours and 57 minutes. As Tusculum now with a record of 15-10 on the season, Embry-Riddle drops to 16-7 with the loss. The hitting star for the Pioneers, Brandon Trammell, 4 for 5 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Bryson Ford, 3 for 5 with a single-double home run, 4 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. Dalton Martin was 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored and a stolen base. As the top of the lineup for the Pioneers combined for 8 runs scored in the ball game. So Tusculum gets a victory. They salvage the split of the series, and they will be back home this Friday to take on Wingate. Start of a 3-game series at Pioneer Park with the 22nd ranked Bulldogs. First pitch on Friday night will be at 6 o'clock. First pitch on Saturday for the doubleheader will be at 1 o'clock. For highlights of today's games and the conclusion of the game that started yesterday, you can visit our webpage at TusculumPioneers.com or check them out on our YouTube page, which you've been watching today. Many thanks to Nick Forsberg, our producer, for making this broadcast possible, and also our cameraman, Zach Hartle, getting the job done behind the plate as well. Once again, Tusculum winning by a score of 9-5 over Embry-Riddle. This broadcast will not be available for reviewing, so check out the highlights if you want to see what went down in today's game. And thank all of our viewers for watching today's doubleheader. Well, I'll keep calling it a doubleheader. Conclusion of the second game, the suspended game, and then the finish of this game, as Tusculum wins the regularly scheduled game today by a score of 9-5. For everyone here at the Pioneer Sports Network, I'm Jim Miller. Have a great rest of the week. We'll talk to you on Friday on the Pioneer Sports Network.